Hi everyone, and welcome to my craft frame this afternoon. So today I'm going to be doing a card which is a really easy, quick and simple card to make. So if you've not made a card before, this is something really quick and simple and easy to follow. Or these are also great for anybody needing to make up a quick card. So the two sheets that I'm going to be working off are these two out of the Isabella kit. And it's the one with the two topper sheets and the ones with butterflies. I'm also working with a pre-bought, pre-scored and folded card blank, which is a 5.5 by 5.5 inch from Darice. And I've got some glitter paper and some mirror card. I'm using a sheet of construction card, and I got this quite cheaply in a pack from Dollarama. I just thought that the blue worked quite nice with the blue and the designs. So I'm going to take a sheet out of the silver mirror card. Now, just for quickness, I'm going to be using my trimmer. This is a Tonic Studios trimmer. I've had this for many years. They are still available to buy, but they're a different colour now. So I'm just going to take a pair of scissors, and because I can't cut all the way through the sheet, otherwise I'll cut this bit off, I'm just going to make the area that I want to trim a little bit smaller to manage. So using my trimmer, line up and trim off the edges. Now it's completely up to you, it depends what you have in your stash already. You could literally start mattering laying that just as it is. I'm just going to take a small blue ink pad and I'm just going to pop a little bit of ink right around the outside. And as I say, you don't have to do this, you can start matting and layering straight away. It's just, I think this gives the edges just a little bit of colour and it helps make the overall design pop a little bit. There we go, so there's my little topper already done. Then I am gonna take some of this blue and the reason that I'm doing this is letter size card, but this is an A4 trimmer, so it won't go through. So I was just making the area a bit smaller, and I'm going to take one of these tape pens. This is an Ad tape pen, which has the little glue dots. And these are readily available online. And all I'm going to do, and I'm just going to come a bit forward because I'm reaching over because I'm working with the camera, and I'm just going to pop that in the centre. And then I'm going to look where my smallest border point is, which is the top. So all I'm going to do is by eye, I'm just going to go around and what you're aiming for is roughly the same size border all the way around, just to create a little frame. Then I'm going to use my silver mirror card and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to pop some of the tape on the back here. I like using mirror card. I think it gives a nice elegance to your cards and it makes them look quite professional. It looks like it has an element of a bought greeting card but with a handmade touch. So there's it on the silver. And then I've got some of this lots of lovely glitter paper that I had left over after Christmas. So I am going to pop some more of this down. Now I'm going to be a little bit more generous with the adhesive on this, because glitter card is a little bit of a nightmare for getting a true secure bond to it. So I want this to hold nice and tight, and trim off the bits I don't want. Now, as I said earlier, these toppers have been designed in a way that if you were wanting to create a rectangle card, I've left enough allowance on the side for it to be able to trim down to make this into a rectangular topper. You don't have to work with a square. So now that I'm finished with the trimmer, I'm just going to move it out the way. And I've just got some of this lovely purple ribbon. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to open the card. I'm going to gather it together and just roughly measure it. And all I'm going to be doing is tying it on top in a rough knot. So I just want to make sure that I've cut off enough ribbon. So I'll leave that for the moment. And then this is the point where you decide which way your card wants to open. You can have it as a side opening card, or you can have it as a tent card. And I think I'm going to go for a tent card. And all I've done is I've stuck that down, and I've tried to make as same amount of frame all the way around the outside, just so it's nice and even. Then I'm going to open my card up, pop the ribbon in, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to pop a tiny bit of that here and a tiny bit of that there. And it's not to secure it in place, it's just to literally make it a little bit easier for me. So it'll hold it in place a little bit while I'm tying. So just tying the ribbon in a knot, no fiddly bows, nothing complicated. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the tails on a nice slant. And there's my little ribbon done. And then I'm going to take some of these little embellishments that I've got. You can get these from the dollar stores, pound shops. Just little sparklers. I just thought the colours worked really well with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop a larger one in the bottom left hand corner. Now I'm going to use my glue gun for this, just for speed. If you haven't bought a glue gun yet, don't worry about it, you can use a wet glue for this. One of my favourite glues at the moment is the mixed media adhesive from Michaels. It's part of their Recollections range, and I've had some really good successes with it on MDF, all papers, cards. It's good for holding me raffia, me ribbons, stamens. It just takes a little bit longer to dry than what the glue gun does, so this is great for my videos because it makes the adhesive nice and quick to hold. So because I've got a large one up in the bottom left, I'm going to go for a larger one in the top right just to balance it. So So I'll pop a little bit of glue down and pop that in place. And then I'm going to go in the top left with a smaller. And then lastly a little baby one over in this corner. And then there's your card finished. Really quick and easy and simple. Now, there are no rules, it's up to you. You can add glitter on, you can add extra beads. This was just for anybody who's watching who's not made a card before. I just wanted to show you how easy it is just to start off, but then you can always add to it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take it a bit further. I'm going to cut one of these butterflies out. So in my card making stash I have lots of scissors, loads and loads of scissors. I'll grab a few of them so I can show you what they are. This is just a really cheap, quick and easy pair of scissors. Really inexpensive, because you want a pair that you don't mind getting a bit tacky, getting a bit gluey. Now if you ever want to clean these off, you can always rub them with a bit of WD-40 and it'll clean the blades for you. Usually brings off most adhesives. I've got a pair of flower arranging scissors, which are great for if I need to snip any thick bits of wire or these stamens. It means that I'm not going to ruin me scissors. All you do is literally take the wire part into the crimped part and snip it. Now normally over time that'll blunt your ordinary scissors, so I always make sure that I've got a pair of those on hand. I've got a pair of really sharp fabric only scissors. I only use these for my ribbons and my fabric. Keeps them nice and sharp because paper and card do blunt them. So they're my fabric scissors. And then my cutting out scissors. I have dexterity problems, so I find cutting with these are Martha Stewart snips, and there's lots of different brands available. I know We Are Memory Keepers do a set as well, which are very, very similar in design and size. But the thing I like about these is sometimes after a while the motion of cutting can be quite tiring on your hands. So these are really, really quick and easy to use, and they're a lot more comfortable, especially if you're going to be cutting out for a long time. So what I'm going to do is, if I was fussy cutting, I would cut round the whole thing, but I'm going to create a little decoupage element, and all I'm going to do is I'm cutting round the butterfly, and I'm just literally cutting around the outside. We're going to cut these little antennas off. And we're just literally cutting around, using the black edge as a line, a guide. I'm going to cut his little tail off as well. There we go. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this in half, give it a little pinch, very, very gently, because there's not that much paper holding both wings together. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to take it in my fingers and I'm just going to roll the wings in ever so gently, just giving them a little bit of a press. You don't need to use your bowl tool for this, you're just being really gentle, you're just rolling it back. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pop a really little bit of glue. You don't want a lot on the bottom there, and you're just going to pop that in the centre. If you've got a little bowl tool or a pair of tweezers or something to help you press that down. And then all I'm going to do to secure it in place, you don't have to do this, but it just means that when you're popping it in and out your envelopes, it's not going to get pulled back and torn. I'm just pulling back the wing. I'm going to pop a little bit of glue underneath there. And there's your little 3D butterfly card. I hope you've really liked this video. If you have, please stay tuned because I have lots more to show you. Please let us know in the comments what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, bye bye.